To order, the Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau Advisory Committee meeting today is May 4th at approximately 8:39 this morning. We begin by doing our Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see? No, that's not that one.
And then we move on to a moment of silence. Okay, now we continue with doing the roll call. Raymond Camina. Gabriel Castillo.
Here.
Judith Gutierrez.
Here.
Blasita Lopez. Omar Minja. Salo Otero.
Here.
Jorge Luis Quijano.
Here.
Sounds like the neighbors are noted.
Mom meeting after and after.
That's
Marisa Ramirez, present, and Magali Rodriguez. We do have two of our members asking for an excused absence. Ms. Magali Rodriguez, she's on a business travel today, and Ms. Blasita Lopez, she has a work commitment.
Well, I would move that we excuse those two members for this meeting.
Motion carries to excuse our members that are not present today. And do we have any public or citizen comments to bring to our meeting today? No? Alright. So today we have the committee appointments overview and discussion with possible action.
Oh, Madam Chair, I'm sorry. I have to introduce my guest,
Okay,
my wife Joanne.
welcome
And
Joanne.
around here, nobody likes the wall, right? But except the wall, CJ's wall.
Welcome.
My trusted neighbor.
Welcome.
Welcome, thank you for coming.
Taking the time.
Yeah. Item 6 is the committee appointments, overview, and discussion with possible action on nomination and election of committee chair and vice chair.
I would like to move that we continue with the same. Unless anybody wants to volunteer, Gabriel.
No, we're fine. Let's move and keep it doing.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
working perfectly.
We're doing well.
Did you say same or same?
Same.
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 I would like to give somebody an opportunity to sit in this chair.
Well, I think that's,
Special chair.
we have a motion on the
Wonderful
floor.
job. I move that we, by acclamation, that we keep the committee, which committee is this? The chair and vice chair as is for the following term. Can we do that?
Of course. That's a good motion. I second that.
Okay.
Well, thank y'all. Motion carries. Okay. Moving over to the approval of the minutes, which is on page 3.
I'm sorry, the vice chair is Mr. Camino? Or?
No.
Mr. Vice
Mr.
Chair.
Gabriel.
Wait, who's the vice chair?
You?
What?
No.
No, I didn't. I'm sure that they, I don't want to get
No
here.
quiero, dice Gabriel, no quiero.
That's self-service.
What?
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah,
good.
okay, so okay.
I'd like
Are you sure? I've always been vice chair?
Yes.
At least since May 5th, 2022.
It's a long time for you not to know.
I know.
You've been coming to the
I
meeting.
tell you.
I
Okay.
think the day that Marisa was not here, Miss Judy took over. It coincided that you two were not here. So that's why there hasn't been.
They tricked us.
That's why there wasn't
Okay.
been an opportunity for,
Okay.
I'm
For you to
second,
check.
who was the second on that motion?
Judy.
Yes,
Gutierrez.
I was.
Motion carries. Thank you all very much for the opportunity to sit on this chair.
You're doing such a wonderful job.
I appreciate it.
De veras, I mean,
Okay.
it's all kidding aside.
Okay, on page 3, for the approval of the minutes for the April 6, 2023 meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes as read. If anyone has any discussion.
I second that motion.
The approval of the minutes is carried.
Evelyn Woods, that is.
Next item on our agenda is discussion with possible action on postponing the June meeting to the June 8th, 2023 date.
Madam Chair, we're requesting the change, given that the previous week, we will be all hands on deck for IPW in San Antonio. IPW is one of the largest tourism events happening in the US.
Oh, really?
And this is the first time in 20 years that Texas is hosting. It's gonna be in San Antonio, and we are really excited because we're gonna have a large booth at the closing event. The closing event is organized by Texas Travel, the Office of the Governor, and we are one of a few destinations that are gonna be having an activations, big, large presence there. And so we're basically taking 80% of the staff to San Antonio for that day. And so we're asking, we would like to focus on that, and we're asking
Do
if
you
we
need a
can.
motion to postpone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I move that we postpone to June again.
I second.
Okay.
Motion carries to move our
Thank you.
next monthly meeting to June 8th, 2023. Now, the review of the year-to-date financial statements. Good morning, Mr. President. Welcome.
Good morning. Madam Chair, our report is on page 7. We continue with our expenses for the year, and on page 8 is our balance with our, the summary, a little bit more on a friendly format for everybody, including all the expenses and the balances that we have. We
And
are.
a larger print, so.
And Exactly. Friendly for all of us, our vision challenge. We are at the tail end of our fiscal year. We continue to be on track in terms of our budget, and we expect to present our budget to council in August. So we'll keep you posted on what our proposal for budget for 23-24 is. But we're really excited. Projects are happening, and
So
we're.
you're gonna
we're
have a
on track.
change, of course, in the budget, and you're gonna make modifications from this year's budget to next year's.
Yes.
I hope, because
Yes.
I know you need your.
Yes, and we've had some savings with personnel vacancies, which we're really close to getting. But we've had some savings, we have some changes, we've been working together with budget. Monica and I had an opportunity to sit with the budget manager and the budget director, and he was very gracious in explaining to us, and us explaining to him also how our budget works.
Who
and-
was your person?
It's Jesus Esparza. He's been with the city for a long time. He used to be our payroll manager, and so he has plenty of experience. And he was really nice at explaining to us, and also listening to us. So we had really good conversations in preparation for our 23-24 budget.
And just as a clarity, all of this is public information, right?
Yes.
So it could be, okay.
You can,
Okay.
actually, all this on more detail, and every department, if you go to the City of Laredo website and you click on department's budget, you can see the proposed budget, and you can see the adopted budget. So
Okay.
you can go there, click on it, and it will show you personnel, it will show you all the details of the budget that was approved by council. So yes, this is all public information.
Amen.
Mhm.
Good.
Are you asked to do the justification for the increase in whatever budget line item?
For council, or for?
No, for the budget. For the budget.
For the acceptance, I
We-
mean, for the acceptance of the budget, we have to
Yes,
go,
we don't have to go into too much detail, but we present our budget and we present the highlights. If there's any elements that we know are gonna be contentious or we're gonna have questions, we have a chance to go in and answer any questions from council.
So you're close to hiring a sales manager and
A sales account coordinator and a media coordinator, yes.
media coordinator.
How close are you to doing that?
We're close to posting it,
No, it's not.
closer than
Posting
the positions.
well, it hasn't been posted.
It's been quite a process.
Huh?
It's been quite a process. But HR is working with us on that.
Good.
everything takes time.
So I don't know if there's any questions. Page 9 is our tax collections. We're still on track. We see an increase in the number between the actuals versus our projection. So we're still on track.
We're ahead of the game. A little bit.
Yes, and we do see, yeah, we do see a decrease in the occupancy from last year, but we see an increase in the ADR, so that, yeah, that provides.
Yeah, the rates are going up somewhat, yes. And then we have the overview, which is on page 11.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have our key points based on the report that we showed you last month, which is our Sardico report. We're providing some key points, our top origins, and we will do this on a monthly basis. So for March, San Antonio, Zapata, Houston, Austin, and Corpus were our key top origin markets. And for Mexico, Monterrey, Piedras Negras, Saltillo, Ciudad Acuña, and Reynosa. And we can see that 77.1% of our visitors stay overnight. As I mentioned last time, large amount of visitor spending goes to retail. And the average visitor spending in the month of March was 82. So we can see that the highest number for last year was 263, which is December, which matches our projections or the idea that we had regarding visitation and expenditure.
The average visitors, in 1 month, they spent $82.
Yes,
So that's a month.
well, no, in their visit, during their visit,
Just
During their
during our
visit, they
Yes.
spent $82.
yes. So the average expenditure for a visitor per day is $82.
Pretty low, right?
That's not, this is not, this is, the laws in Mexico are very stringent in terms of privacy. So we don't get, plus a lot of Mexican visitors use cash. So this might not be fully representative of the expenditures made by all visitors, especially if they're international.
In comparison to other cities, $82, is it comparable to other cities?
That's a number that I can request, that's not a number that I have available
For other cities.
for other cities. Also in the report, other activities that we had, I would point to our public relation efforts with, through the agency, our agency of record. There was a large push, and it was very well received, the news about the border festival organized by Rio Grande International Study Center. That was an article that really went really far, and so we have a more detailed report about the Border is Beautiful Street Festival impact for next month. We also had Reina attended e-tourism summit. As you remember, last year she was recognized as a emerging tourism star, and so this year she participated as a mentor for this year's stars. And I also wanted to highlight, before we go to the special reports, Our National Travel and Tourism Week is happening next week, and so you all have a save the date. We hope that you can join us for the proclamation on Monday at 11 a.m. here inside our offices. It's gonna be in the lobby, and we will have the mayor read the proclamation for National Travel and Tourism. And this is a week that we use to highlight the hotels, the work that the hotels, the attractions, the CBB does to bring visitors to the community. A lot of people don't know what we do, so this is a week that we use to highlight that. Thank you, Madam.
So moving on to the public relations efforts, right?
Yes.
It's on page 15.
On page 15, we have the public relations efforts for the U.S. influencers. We have the visit of several influencers to the community. These are contracts that we have. We contract them to come and do, to visit the destination, to basically work with the different attractions and venues. And so in this case, we had different ones. Jessica Serna, My Curly Adventure, she's very popular, especially in Texas. She has 5.5 million, more than 5.5 million impressions. And so you can see a little bit of the statistics of how many posts, what the contract entailed, and also the impressions, the total ad value of what we got for the investment. So you can see that for the different ones. We have My Curly Adventures, The Bucket List Latina, Becky's Travel List, the Texas Tasty. All of them came during the month of March and April to highlight different events. And we will have some more for sister cities. So I encourage everybody to go through, also go visit their accounts. We had, some of them have highlights on their Instagram with all the different reels that they did and stories that they did while on the destination.
Just to make note, like you're saying, $47,400 is ads or
Is
Value.
recognition value that
Mhm.
the city did not have to pay for.
Exactly, yes.
So that's really. that's
So do you pay these people anything?
Yes, we do. We have different contracts with them. Curly Adventures, and we can get you the report of the expenses for,
I would like for you to include that moving
Okay.
forward, because I think that's
We
important
would-
to see what the expenses versus the
Yeah.
value, because I think that,
Remove that amount from the true value, I guess.
Yes.
To know.
yep, no, definitely we can do that. Thank you. And the next report is similar, however, this is for Mexican media. So in this case, we didn't pay them anything, we just paid the expense for the accommodations and the travel cost. Not the bus, because Greyhound was very gracious and they sponsored the transportation of the group from Monterrey to Laredo. And so they could see how easy it is to travel between the two cities. We brought 13 media outlets, 22 people in total, and that included different outlets like Canal 28, Azteca, Multimedios, El Horizonte, Chic Magazine, Diario APC, Players of Life, Food and Travel Mexico, Quien Magazine, TV Notas. So some of the key media for Mexico, not only for Monterrey, but Mexico on a national level was here. They highlighted what the destination has to offer, not only for the Semana Santa, but in general. So you can see some of the examples of the presence in the media, not only newspaper, TV, magazines, online, so we added some.
Is that an ongoing thing, like every week, all of these activities?
I'm looking at their posts, and it looks like sporadically they post for Laredo. Like they'll post every, like for example, some of these things I think are posting. I'm looking at, for example, Becky's has us down, and she puts us down like maybe once every 20 posts. So it's not, you know, we're among the main people that she's.
They do when they're here, and it's, so I'm gonna go back to the US influencers. So if you see in the bottom, it has on each one of them, 15. For example, My Curly Adventures. So while she was here, she did 41 stories tagging Visit Laredo, which if you follow Visit Laredo's Instagram, you'll see that we share those posts. Then 5 Instagram Reels garnering 84,000 likes, 5 TikTok videos, 2 dedicated blog posts, and a 10-minute travel guide video on YouTube. So during, we contract with them different types of things. So some of them include more posts, some of them include more reels. So if you go to, in My Curly Adventures, if you go to their highlights, they have a highlight folder or section there, and they have all the reels that they did while they were here in the destination. Others work in different ways. For example, Becky Travelist, she has 1 Instagram carousel featuring 10 images, 43 Instagram stories, most of which have been added to the Laredo highlights. So some of them are added there, some of them are live, and then as any highlight, they go away, or as any reel, they go away. 2 Instagram reels, 2 TikTok videos, and then folder of images. So depending on the influencer, you can see what they post about the destination. And because of the way that stories work, a lot of them, what they do is they create the highlight section with the name of the destination, so you can go back and see everything that they posted and experienced while they were here.
Well, I think you all do a great job of posting your own, you know, I like yours. I think yours, because I see it quite often, and quite frankly, we're trying to also incorporate some of our posts with similar things like you do. I like the coffee tour. That was like, I think, a very cool thing. From a chamber perspective, we liked it because, of course, it's promoting more businesses throughout the area. On the arena side, is there any promotion that coincides or collaboration with what they do?
No.
We're working on that with Lisa.
We work,
And the reason I ask that is because one thing that I noticed was, like, there was a play for the theater recently, and really on a more community-wide scale, it really wasn't promoted as well as it could have been. And that was kind of on them too. I'm not blaming it. I'm not putting any fingers on anybody, but you know, I think it's also a problem that we don't put more emphasis on the arts. I think right now we're focusing a lot of entertainment on, which is good, but that's strictly single people, married people that are without the kids. You know, you don't have more things for, like the next play that's coming up is
Little Mermaid.
yes. So that should be something that I think there should be more initiative from you all to push that, you know, out, because people will maybe consider another thing. Well, maybe we could take the kids because they would take up to that when we're going to this. But like I said, it's on you. I think it's more of a community effort to keep a community calendar of things that are happening. And kind of like your stuff, your arena stuff, you have some great stuff, you know, that you all are putting out there. But, you know, I think it's important that they show it too, so they can.
And we have a couple of things, and I agree, there's definitely more that can be done. For LPGA, for example, we have good communication with the board members. So they already contacted us. They usually have a space at Sister Cities to do a sneak peek of the play. This year, because it coincides with the play, they're not gonna be able to do it, but they will send us information to promote. So that has already been
And like I said, I think it's
coordinated.
organization on their end too, because, you know, many times they start, like, we're having a Ciclo de Mayo thing on Friday at the Center for the Arts, oh my God, it took forever to get a flyer put together. It's like, yeah, it's just, well, maybe more white, maybe a little red. It's like, they just put the darn flyer out. You know, it's been like, it finally came out like 2 weeks before the event, but, you know, it's, like I said, it's different factors involved in different things, but I think overall, there has to be more, and I'm trying to figure out who would be the community liaison and head to drive that community calendar, because I went to the.
There is a
Yeah.
community calendar
Yeah.
on the city website. The city website is gonna change though, so that might also change. But we also have a calendar where if the information is for, interest of the visitor, they call us, people call us, and we put them in the
And
calendar.
they can create the.
They can create their own event.
Whenever, because I know Rafa, when he was the PIO,
Uh-huh.
he's the one that would send us a link and we would add all our events. Is that the calendar you're talking about?
Well, there's two, is it?
This is the
The
one.
one that we're saying in the city of Laredo?
Yeah.
That's the one that Rafael would
Yeah,
send.
because he was always reminding us to update it, but then I guess after, the pandemic happened and just didn't go anywhere after that.
Yeah.
Rafael with who?
Oh, now
No,
it's
he
not
was,
Rafa.
not anymore.
Oh, no, at the city,
Yes.
Yes.
But before was Rafa, when he was a PIO.
yeah.
Yeah, so there is a community calendar. There's also on our website, we have a calendar where people can enter their event. And we're open to promoting.
So anyone can enter their event to your calendar, and then it'll continue, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
We do, in ours, we do make sure that it's an event that's gonna be of interest to the visitors. If it's purely community-based, then we recommend that they go with the city calendar.
Not question, I know how you had mentioned the partnership, I know what we've done with the LCDB is, ticket giveaway, a stay, $50 gift card, so is that something that you're looking for LCDI?
Well, I don't know, see, I would need to ask about what they're doing, because that's gonna be a bigger, play and a bigger budget. I'm trying to help them out to make them, so they can make up their money.
And for example, for LTJM, we've done that, we've done the presentation at no cost as sister cities, so they get an hour and they can do, promotion of the play. We've done with them, they're also, gonna have, something with Pony League. So they're working together also to invite the people that are coming for Pony to the play. So I know they're being working, cause we've been talking to them, regarding how we can help them, promote it, and we're always open to participate. We also did, so one of the stops for the media, fam tour for the Mexican media was precisely the arena. They were very interested, because of the size of arenas in Mexico City and in Monterrey. If you pay a ticket, you see the stages, like, the artist is like this. And here, it doesn't matter where you sit, you have a pretty good view of the stage. So that's very interesting for them, and combining that. So we've been combining the tickets with the stay, with the promotion, to entice people to come.
Mhm.
So I guess the one thing that matters is that the exposure, that whatever event is taking place, and within a reasonable amount of time, that people can see what's going on and make plans, either with their kids or, not with their kids. But it is important that it is placed somewhere where, and I know that you're confined, to visitors because of the funding, but I think that it needs to have, like you say, there's other ways, that needs to.
Like a central thing.
Yeah, one central point of where they do this and this together, and it's important because, some people just don't even realize what the heck is going on in our community.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't, like I said, not on you at all, I think it's on the organizations to put it out. I think that, for example, the museums, while it's the same exhibit, they still should be sending you notices every month to remind you to put it on there, because it's an ongoing exhibit, but you people are coming. The person might not look at it in May, but they're gonna look at it in June, so.
Or July.
Like we have a show not for kids right now, it's a racing show. But it's a very good show, but, the American Heritage has also an exhibit
Yes.
that was just put up recently, and
And then the
So-
new exhibit, I mean,
remind you, yeah.
The Little Mermaid's in July? The
Yes.
Little Mermaid in July?
It opens, I think, the weekend of Sister Cities.
And that's
But you know, funny you said, because I was speaking to a lot of people at Border Patrol, and they were asking me about it, because I put something on the paper about in a bio, I had to speak at something, and they said, oh, you're at the Center for the Arts, are you all the ones putting on? And see, that's the thing, people don't think, like, we think everyone knows what everything is.
no,
No.
He said, are you all the ones putting on the Little Mermaid? I said, no, why? I said, well, I have 2 kids, blah, 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 they love theater. I said, no, but I can get you in touch with them. I said, let me get your information and I'll pass that on. But see, we take it for granted that people know what everything is, what every entity's about. And
That's
while
what
we're
I'm
not
talking
there,
about,
and that's what I
exactly.
told the center, I said, I need you all to keep tabs on the LTGI stuff because people get confused. So don't just say, no, I don't know, and just knock them out. I said, have the information so you can give them, information, like Lou, you all, give them information on where they can go to find out or to get tickets or whatever, And we tried to do that along, when I was there at the center, I would get a calendar and then I would put together a flyer with all the theater events that were going on in the summer. And then I would do that. That was my mail out, but with everybody's stuff in there. And that way we would help each other. And it was twofold. One was we were helping each other, but secondly, they were overlapping sometimes. So I wanted people to plan ahead and go to ours, but go to theirs
That's what I'm
too,
saying, people need to
Don't miss
plan.
ours because you went to theirs because they're the same weekend, because sometimes they
Yeah.
overlap.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to kill 2 birds with one stone.
And I'll check with PAO and with City Sec, because I don't know what's gonna happen with the community calendar now that the website is gonna be changed. Because the city website is gonna change, not ours, but the city's. So I'll check on that and
Well, I
communicate
think
back.
that's very important to put that up as a top priority for, on your end, right? But on the city overall, because that also includes, that behooves everyone, hospitality,
Yeah.
restaurants,
Because we do have our calendar and that's gonna stay, but I'll check with PIO and with City Sec. on
And
that.
you have certain segments of the community, in certain areas of the community that are not informed, that would like to get more involved or go, to support whatever event it is. And you know that not everybody gets the same information, at the same time. So it's like you're blind, you're not.
So can your calendar include links to, let's say, a video?
No.
No, okay. Huh. 'Cause I know sometimes they have their little blurbs, everyone's doing a video now of whatever they're publicizing. And even you all have a video of the La Posada, which is very cool, I like that too. But those little things give it a little more extra push to, just a picture, the little video talks about it. But that might be something, now you're talking about doing revamping a website.
The
How much-
city website.
Yeah. Well, the city website.
That is the video.
Yeah, but ask them about how much bandwidth they're gonna include, because that's what we had to do. We had to increase our bandwidth, so we could include videos, because we include tutorials.
Okay.
So, on your end, it would be
Yeah.
more about, just publicity, because now everyone does a little short something.
Mhm.
So, I think.
And I know we're working with PIO on some video projects to promote not only the CVB but other departments too. And more than promote, to communicate to the public what each department does. Because even us working at the city is like, wait, so how do I do this? And how do I request a permit? And how do I do that? And so we're working together with PIO. PIO is the lead on it, and on how to better inform people of what we do as city departments, including us, because nobody knows who we are, what we do. Everybody thinks we're in Landmark or 18. So we want to make sure people know we exist and how we can serve them. Even though our focus is to the visitor, we can also serve the community.
So, okay, who's heading the city's website revamp?
City secretary.
Okay. give me another idea, but
Yeah, see this next.
we're gonna be.
Over.
That
The
would be-
website's a little complicated.
Yes, yes, sir.
I agree with what all you were saying. We do not leave any stone unturned when it comes to communication.
Mhm.
I know when we go out of town, sometimes if you see a flyer on your doorstep, remember the old days that you had a newspaper on your doorstep? And if you see a flyer, say, I didn't know this was, I'm looking for something to do tonight. I'm here in town. I want something for you to do tonight. I agree with you, but I'm not a tech person. But sometimes I go to a website, say, hey, go to this website. And the websites are out of date, out of date,
Yeah, that does.
including Chamber of Commerce, including the Latino Chamber of Commerce. There's nothing there. I mean,
We're Hispanic.
they tell me, go to the website, Latino El Pendejo, and I still have to make a phone call. I still, and there at the office, check the website. I
Is
just
there
did.
a way that maybe in the hotels, if each hotel could have a QR code that would take you just to that one webpage, and someone updates it with what's going on that week, maybe?
That's a great idea.
That way,
We can look into that.
yeah, that way, like, the visitors are there, maybe it's at front desk, hey, this is what's going on this week, they scan the QR code, takes you to this page, and bam, all the events.
But it's good to know, it's funny you should say that, because it's good to know and good to have also an area where you can tell someone you're not up to date. And we literally look at our chatter reports for that, where people are complaining about, wrong schedule, wrong opening dates, wrong whatever for the bank. But you're right, there should be something where people can talk about that. And, I know that I read your last column, it was so good because it had literally everything that was going on for the next week here in Laredo. That was good, I like that. Well, your column,
Yes,
that had a little bit of everything, it said who died, who's living, who's not, everything, like, oh, good, I know, we don't to go to. But you included a lot of activities, that were happening. That was good, that was very good.
website, you call if it's not on there, and I said, oh, I want to speak to so-and-so. Well, he died last week. And it's still on the website. Just like over at St. Patrick's, the other day, we had a phone call, I want to talk to Father McEnroe.
I know.
Hell, he died 10 years ago.
Father McNable. You should have told him to go to the park and say a little prayer.
Amen.
Father McNable Park. But, we go back to the same problem that everyone has, shortage of staff. And that seems to play, we've been looking for a digital media person for 4 months now. And we've
The
had
chamber or the bank?
The bank.
Okay.
And then we've had 6 interviews, and the 6 interviews that scheduled, only 1 person showed up for the interview. Oh, this is the world we live in, and this is the problem, that we have a world of entitlement where people don't really care about a job really like they used to. And so therefore they don't follow through on what they're supposed to be doing, a lot of times. We have some very good people, thank God, that are very committed, very dedicated to their job. But good luck on your end once you get that post out, because, I literally, you know what I did? I had to have a luncheon at TAMU and pay for food and invite graduates to come eat. And then once I had them there eating, I said, does anyone want a job? Because I needed, and 20-some people showed up.
Everybody drops a fork.
20-some people showed up, and we had all the resumes, because we have like 100 positions open overall. So we had resumes set up, so take your pick. These are the jobs that are open, what can you do? And we actually got about 20 people respond.
Oh, that's good.
From different departments. But you have to think outside the box now. Yeah, Indeed, yeah, forget it. Indeed is just, everyone's reading it, everyone's just sending it, and those are the ones that didn't show up. We spent all this money on Indeed and got them out, but it didn't happen. So I think in the industry, we also have to look at what's happening there with people. Because it's service, customer service is very important. But how can you offer customers good service if you don't have people to serve them, you know? And the ones you have, you don't have time to train them. You know, it's a vicious cycle for all these businesses that are suffering right now. I really feel for anyone, you know, who's in business right now, because they do have a problem. I know that somebody from HR told me that they were not able to service La Posada because he said, I run an HR company, but I don't have anyone to offer them. So I had to, you know, I said, I just don't know where to get them. I don't have a pool to offer them.
Sometimes you go to your employees and ask them if they know somebody, because a lot of those referrals, and I'm talking about way back, I mean, you know that your employee, but they also know of people that are, that might be qualifying for whatever jobs.
Well, that's what
It's
happened,
hard.
that's what happened with the TAMU deal. I actually got emails after the invitation, and people said, I didn't make it to the luncheon, but I heard you all have positions in blah, blah, blah. You know, so we got it that way. But I was basically doing HR's job, but I didn't mind because I was just looking for marketing. I didn't care about it. Like, y'all figure your own problem. You work out your problem. But in the end,
Do that.
in the end, I went just for marketing, but I did invite them. I said, well, if you wanna come, you can come. So they did, and they brought all these other, job descriptions, and that's when it grew a little bit more. Because before we were going to expos, and expos, it's hit or miss, but if you know people that are, because these are jobs, and it was just basically a lunch and learn about IBC, that's what it was called. So it was just IBC related, so that we just, it cost us, we had Chick-fil-A sandwiches for everybody, but, we just invited everyone to come over, and there were some kids had to leave early because they were in finals. But the career counselor was kind enough to orchestrate and coordinate the whole thing for me in like 4 days. She did it just because we needed it. I sold out desperate. I said, well, maybe this summer. I said, no, I don't need it. I need it now. What can you do for me, please? And she was very nice. Yelitza. Anytime anybody wants to call Yelitza Howard, she's a dream.
I might give you a call. I
That's
think
great.
that is a good.
Yeah. I'll share her information because she's very willing to help. Super nice about the whole thing. She really did go out of her way.
And things are changing so fast, Gabriel. We rely on what we know and how to do it and how you did it before and how you advertise for job and you had a line and people.
Yeah, the old days.
In the old days.
People lined up to work.
That's true, and now it's like
It's the opposite.
the opposite,
Everyone wants to
Just
do
in job
it.
And people talk about, that they don't, that about the economy and they don't go for the jobs. There's jobs that are, I don't know how many thousands of jobs that are available, and nobody's applying for them. And that's the problem, and now with this new artificial intelligence, deal that is gonna change everything again. It's gonna turn everything upside down. It is.
Before COVID, we got job
This number,
interviews.
artificial intelligence.
Maybe Alex won't show up.
Yeah.
Alex and 9 won't show up.
Yeah.
Not in a phone call.
No, not even a phone call.
Weird.
They were talking about how this artificial intelligence, about how they're cloning the voices of people. They were talking about that this morning on the news, that a mother got a call from her daughter. She didn't even recognize her daughter's voice. And they were, asking her for ransom because they were, said that they had, and it's like, now what? Anybody can call and say it's you and your voice and clone your voice,
Oh, yeah.
and it's you. So all of this is going to turn us upside down. I don't know, it's
Amen.
weird. But,
A whole new world. Isn't that a
Yes.
song?
Yeah.
Can you
The
hear me?
little mermaid, all things crumble.
Do you know the words?
Whole new world.
A whole new world. It's in a whole new world. So,
So do we have any questions on any of the US influencers or Mexico media, Sam Tour? If not, we're gonna move on to the marketing reports, which is on page 26.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Page 26, we have the performance summary for our social media. Also, including engagement, impressions for all of our social media, our Google Analytics, and a little bit further into the report is also on page 29, the visitor behavior report. As I mentioned last time, we'll be showing this, including this on a regular basis. So it gives you a little bit more detail on what we're seeing from the visitor. And I wanted to, next to your packet, you had these two new reports. These are brand new. I basically got them yesterday. And it is, regularly we would report on hotel occupancy. Now this is Airbnb and VRBO occupancy. And ADR, RevPAR, everything that we would usually get from the hotels, now we can also get from Airbnb. And so we can now monitor how many Airbnbs, what's the ADR on that side, how they're, how many we have, all that good stuff, basically. So I wanted to share with you. I got them yesterday, I was really excited, so I right away printed them. That's why they're not in the packet. This is brand new information.
Can you send this in by email, right? 'Cause
Yes.
I can't read it.
Yes, no, this is just a copy from here, but Monica already sent it by email.
Yeah, we're going I'm already, I'm already dealing with my age issues and then don't do this to me, you're playing with my mind here.
You can do like I did at the driver's license. So we're really excited about these new reports because now we can better track the results of what we're doing with actual numbers, and it also provides a good idea for everybody to know how the Airbnb and VRBO markets are performing, if they are becoming, if they're impacting the hotels in any way.
Well, your occupancy tax is being collected, so it
Well-
helps.
Well, I was on that answer.
No, it's the occupancy tax that's collected, it's at a state level. City doesn't get anything. So now that we have
For the
this type of
Airbnbs.
Airbnbs and VRBOs, we don't get anything.
Oh.
So now that we have this type of report, now we can look at other communities that have done ordinances to regulate and try to get some of that.
So the customer only pays 6% for occupancy taxes when they stay in communities,
For what I understand,
because that's the 6% is the state.
the state.
Yeah.
So I know that they get, that the state does get the tax from this, but they, I don't know the breakdown, I don't know if they get, what percentage they
Well,
get, but
Like
yeah.
the regular one, the city gets 7, the county gets 1, and the state gets 6, so it's a total of
Yes.
14.
Mhm.
But
That's,
in this case, the customer is only paying most likely the 6%.
Well, I think that might be an enticement for them to
Yes.
stay in those.
Exactly. Less
so we
taxes
wanna
on
make
it.
sure, and we saw, they were showing me the report, one of the things that we saw is that, the number of Airbnbs has increased, but the Airbnbs has decreased.
Okay.
So last year we had 48 and now we have 20, and Airbnbs has, so we're not exactly sure if there were people that, moved from VRBO to Airbnb. And there's all kinds of, types of stays. So I'll be able to give you a little bit more detail on the next one as I start playing with the tool. And this is also gonna be including the customer and the visitor behavior report
Do R&B pay hotel motel taxes
to the state.
to the state?
They don't pay, to the county or to the city. Mhm. So we don't collect anything. Currently, we don't collect any money from Airbnb, city level or
But
county.
you do get the state
We don't get any of that.
Nothing on the state, and they'll just get the city.
because of the,
The 7%.
they're not paying the local.
Yeah.
I see.
So there's,
That's
now,
not fair. I think that the state needs to.
How do you justify that, because you do promote them, or,
no,
no, good,
no, we don't promote them.
because it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, and now we're getting this data. Before, we didn't know how many we had, we didn't know, how much occupancy, we didn't know how much people were paying for that. Now we can
Why
see
do you
that.
think they don't pay, because they're very small, or
No, it's the way that,
it's not considered a hotel?
when they were created, when they started popping up, to say no way, the regulation has been very inconsistent in terms of hotel occupancy tax. And so the state did put together some ordinances or some laws to regulate the tax at a state level, but it left the municipalities to do it on their own. And so I know of different municipalities that have gone out and seek that funding. And so now that we have information, we're in a good place to research if that is something that we can also do.
Like I said, you know, you're not paying the extra tax, you know, for some
Yes.
people, I mean, that's
Yeah.
a big.
Definitely want
But it gives them an unfair disadvantage over hotels.
That's right.
It's very similar to retail sales, you know, online stuff, where they
Mhm.
don't get credit, we don't get credit for what local.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think it's
show
gonna
locally.
change, you know, those things can't stay like that forever.
So,
But they need the intervention and legislation, you know, from the state.
Online sales, the city doesn't get any credit.
No, I mean, especially, you know, when they do gross sales, and they reconcile, they don't show someone from Laredo bought something, they bought it online from the distribution, so they get credit. So it just kind of negates, you know, the point of doing online to support the community. Truly.
so shop locally.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like,
In person.
Wow.
it's like wherever you purchase, that's the tax you're gonna
Yeah.
be paying, so
And-
it's not where you're
Yeah.
from or where you're purchasing from, but
Sorry.
where you're
So if
purchasing.
you purchase from someone online in Laredo, Laredo still doesn't get it.
Exactly.
So shop online in person.
Shop locally and donate locally. We get all these things in the mail,
Oh my God.
send money to this and to that. It goes all
There's so many scams on the phone, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
You don't know, right, you don't know where it ends up.
Yeah.
Really?
We get 200 calls a day, and 100 are scam alerts. Oh my God. You get them to the
Yeah.
I have to hide under my desk and, you know, it's crazy.
So now we move on to the visitor's behavior report. Or
Yeah,
what
that's
we
what-
already saw.
I kind of did all three together,
Okay, so
so.
then the upcoming activity.
Yes.
Page 33 for the upcoming activity.
Thank you, and we have, this month, as I mentioned, the proclamation and press conference in honor of National Travel and Tourism Week. We would love to have you all here Monday at 11. We're gonna have the proclamation being read by the mayor. And this month, we're also working together with LULAC, assisting them with some services for their conference taking place here in Laredo.
When is it
I
exactly?
think there's something. No.
it's at the end of,
I'm just surprised I haven't heard anything from any of the LULAC groups.
is it?
I got a little bit, a guy from LULAC called me last week. We're having, send me the information. It's gonna be in May, because this
Well-
information was in the last
Well, it's already.
CDB.
It's
But,
May,
but
so
see,
it's-
there's no dates here
No, I know.
until I call.
And look like it's big.
May 18th and 20,
May 18th,
May 18th and 21st, Embassy Suites
Embassy Suites. Oh.
Is that Lula?
is there.
Yes.
And it's all the LULACs I mean, all the local LULACs are a part of it?
It's a state.
Or it's
It's
a
a
state.
state convention, state.
State.
Statewide, Lula is big.
But I mean, who's like hosting, cause is it all of them?
I
or-
believe this time they got together.
I'm
That's
shocked
a lot.
that they're all together. I'm shocked.
I mean,
That's good.
it's also
It says
celebrating,
It's 7, 12, and there's a third one.
7, 12, there's Webb County,
777.
The webcam.
yeah, Webb County.
Aren't you Lulaco?
Don't say it.
Lulaca. It's feminine.
Lee, when we get a list like this,
Con Raúl.
can you guys put in the date
Yes, sir.
and whom to contact, or, you know, because the last time I called Joed, Joed, right? Well,
Yes.
And he sent me the information, but it would have been nice to have the information here, save me a crazy phone call and I can't hear. No,
So that, the dates for
Yeah.
each event?
the date for each event,
Uh-huh.
exactly. We'll start with that. And maybe a person that whom we can call
Mm-hmm.
for that, because if I call you guys, hey, where's the bootleg and who's in charge? You guys probably say,
So,
oh, no.
do you want that
Website.
for
Go to
local
the-
events? Cause some of these are
Yes.
events that
Well,
we're
even-
traveling to.
Yeah, even out of town events, because it's nice to know that they,
Yeah, we'll include the dates.
hey, the Tecolotes are playing and there's no schedule? Ave Maria, when are they? There's no dates, I mean, date.
We'll include the dates, for sure. Thank you. As I mentioned, we're traveling to San Antonio to attend the IPW event and host an activation. That's gonna be May 24th. I will be traveling earlier because I'm part of the Travel Texas booth, where I will have the opportunity to meet one-on-one with travel writers and travel agents and other types of people involved in the industry.
And where's Joel? Is Joel
He's
not-
out on medical leave.
Oh, he's on medical leave. I think
Yes.
something had happened, but,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
He's out on medical leave. He'll be back mid-May.
Mid-May, okay.
Yeah.
Just because he's also on our chamber board.
Yes,
But I haven't seen him at the board.
yeah, no, he's out on medical leave. So the Casa Laredo staff is participating in Expo Arlam, which is an event happening in Monterrey, also promoting with travel agents and
You have a date on
Today and tomorrow.
today and tomorrow.
it? Yeah, today and tomorrow,
Yes,
2 days of the week to start with the letter T.
today and tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
June 23rd, we're gonna be traveling to College Station for the Texas Trail Alliance Tourism College. This is something that we've done, that's part of one of our certifications. I have already received that CT, which is a Certified Tourism Executive. Raina is working on hers, and I'll join by the end of the week to participate in I'm part of the executive committee, the nominations committee, and other committees and the board of Texas Trail Alliance. So I'll be there the last,
You'll be busy.
the last 2 days.
June 20th to 23rd.
Yes. Yes,
No, 18.
18 through the 24th.
Sunday to Friday.
Okay. Is it just- Yeah, to the 22nd. 18 to the 22nd. Yes. And we'll send you all the dates. We'll
Please.
update this. We are hosting 2 more accounts, and then in July we have Laredo Sister Cities. We're also ready to welcome the Pony Softball World Series. And this is for the first time we're attending Destinations International in hopes that we can start the process to certify Laredo's destination and some of our staff also. So we're looking
What's the
forward.
date on those, do you know?
We'll get you all the dates.
Right, we
Yeah.
don't have them.
I don't have them with me. We'll get you all the dates. And we'll include the dates moving forward.
It's in your website, I bet you. Not.
No, because these are not events that we promote with the city. These are events that we're traveling to.
Okay.
And actually, the Destinations International, that one is July 18th through the 22nd. So it's right after Sister Cities.
Okay, July 18th to the 22nd.
Yes.
A lot of traveling.
Yes. We haven't done any traveling in April, so it's
Get a
been,
break.
yes. It's been interesting. It's been
What am I gonna
different.
do? Stick it
I have a routine now. Very good. So I don't know if y'all have any other questions. We're really excited about next week, National Travel and Tourism Week. If you know any potential volunteers for Sister Cities, 15 and up, U.S. citizens, U.S. residents,
Have you asked the IBC EAB
I don't know if community development has all that stuff.
Okay, because he has been doing a lot of stuff. I mean, they're all out there, they all wanna do things, and the thing is that with all the things they volunteer on, after a certain number of hours, they go into like a park where we raffle off like money. So everyone wants to get into a lot of volunteering. So if I can send you the name of the contact person.
Hold on.
Because those are adults and they know how to handle money, they know how to handle events, they know how to handle organizing, you know, they're adults, so I don't know if you want kids, you'd rather have kids.
The only thing with adults is they have to go, I believe, through a background check process,
Okay.
but kids don't, so I think.
Honey, I would do.
Oh,
Kids.
I would do it the other way. You read it, I mean, you're in your work.
So, but
I'm shocked at how many kids, you know, apply at the bank, those that do, they're 18, they already have a record. We do a criminal check, and I'm like, what the?
A bank record,
We can't hire you. We can't hire you because you already have a record. They just graduated from high school. I
so,
didn't get my first record till I was 25. I was in college.
what comes after a sentence? And the guy said, an appeal.
Yeah.
we have, this is a little, gift, for the celebration. Usually our May advisory committee meeting is on the same week as as National Travel and Tourism Week, so we usually have a little token
Look
for
at
you
the color of that.
for National Travel and Tourism.
Wow.
So this is a little
Favorite
token.
part. Anyone doesn't want their,
You get one chance.
Is
You
it
get one chance.
Okay,
I like to look at it. I know that nobody wants to leave this day. We already adjourned.
no, I just wanna, bring up that our next meeting will be June 8th.
yes.
So, do we have anything else, announcements to bring to our meeting today? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move that we.
Second.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion carries. Thank you all for coming.